Hello guys, my name is Noel and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. Please kindly subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and please do smash the like button and of course share this video as well. So today I'm going to explain to you the next step that you have to take if you have been offered an admission to study in Luxembourg. If you've applied for admission at the University of Luxembourg or in Luxembourg and you have been offered an admission, but you don't know how to go about applying for your temporary authorization to stay or your visa to enter Luxembourg. They might give you some document from this university and you find that very confusing or complicated. So I'm going to break it down to you what you need to do if you have been offered an admission to study in Luxembourg. I'm going to explain to you what you have to do to enter Luxembourg. Okay? So stay with me. I'm going to break it down to you slowly and religiously. Okay? Now, there are two things you have to bear in mind if you want to come to Luxembourg. You have been offered an admission, okay? You have admission offer with you. What is next then to do? Step one involves what you have to do before entering the country. Step two involves what you have to do after entering the country. Now let's start with step one. If you have been offered an admission to come to Luxembourg, maybe at the University of Luxembourg, I'm going to tell you what you need to do to enter the country before entering the country. First, you have to submit an application for a temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg. And this application has to be sent to the Immigration Directorate of the Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs. Two, you have to also request for Type D visa after having obtained the temporary authorization to stay. Now, how do you proceed for the application for the temporary authorization to stay? You are in your home country, maybe in Africa, and you want to apply for this. What do you do? How do you proceed to make an application for the temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg? First, application must be submitted in a plain paper from your country of origin to the Immigration Directorate of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Two, the application has to contain the following things, the following documents. Please pay attention and do stay with me. Make sure you watch this video to the end so that you can understand everything I'm going to explain in this video. What are the requirements for you to make an application for the temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg? You must declare or write your surname in the plain paper, your first name, and your address. B, you must enclose a copy of your passport, international passport, in its entirety. That means every page of your passport must be included, copies. If you have a 32 pages passport, you have to photocopy certified copy of the 32 pages. Okay? C, you should also enclose a criminal record extract. D, proof of admission in Luxembourg, for example, admission letter. E, proof of funds, very important. I've done a video about proof of funds, so check out my channel and you see how I explain how much you need as a proof of fund. So for proof of fund, you need to have about at least 15,190 euros in your account in the form of original bank certificate or bank statement account for the past 6 months. You can also use your parents' statement, but there are conditions that you have to meet to use that, and I've explained that in details in my previous video. Okay, you can also use original certificate of scholarship stating the amount and the duration of that scholarship. Okay, or original financial statement of support signed by a sponsor, financial statement of a sponsor of Luxembourg'S nationality or who is staying legally in Luxembourg. Other material advantage can be considered, for example, free accommodation, remuneration from work, maximum of 15 hours per week can also be considered. F, if you're under 18, you have to enclose parental authorization. G, a health insurance certificate. Now, all documents to submit must be originals or certified true copies, except for the international passport. I would advise that you authenticate and authorize all your documents where necessary. What is the decision time for this temporary authorization to stay application? It's usually maximum of 60 days. They can decide within the 60 days, sometimes earlier, but maximum of 60 days. Now, if your application for temporary authorization to stay is successful, you receive a letter of temporary authorization to stay by post, which is valid for 90 days. Now, during these 90 days, you must also apply for your Visa D for an entry to the Schengen area if you are subject to visa requirement. Now, for those of you who are from third country nationals, for example, if you're applying from Nigeria and you have received your approval for temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg, you have to proceed to Belgian Embassy in Abuja, because Luxembourg has no embassy in Abuja, but they use Belgian Embassy as a consular interface. So you have to go there with your letter of authorization to stay and then request for Visa D, which you have to use to enter the Schengen areas, including Luxembourg. Now, having secured your temporary authorization to stay and your Visa D, the next step is what happens after entering Luxembourg. What do you have to do after entering Luxembourg, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg? Beautiful country, fantastic country. Now, if you arrive in Luxembourg, you must make a declaration of your arrival to the administration of the commune or local authority office in the area you intend to stay within 3 days of your arrival in Luxembourg. I'm gonna give you the documents that you need for you to declare your arrival in this local authority. If you arrive in Luxembourg, you must declare yourself within 3 days at the local commune around the area you intend to stay. While going there, you have to go with certain documents. I'm going to list them to you right now, so please stay with me. Number 1, you should go with your valid travel documents with Visa D in it, original temporary authorization to stay, which was issued to you initially, a valid proof of address. You can get this from accommodation office. If you are a student of University of Luxembourg, you should get this from the university accommodation office. And then you will be issued a copy of the declaration of arrival as a receipt. This copy of the declaration of arrival alongside the authorization to stay are valid as your authorization to study and authorization to stay until your residence permit is issued by the authority. Now, having declared your arrival, the next thing to do is you must subject yourself to a medical checkup by a doctor established in Luxembourg, and that also involves tuberculosis screening. Now, after receiving the result of your medical examinations, the health inspection of the health directorate will issue you a medical certificate, which will also be sent to the Immigration Directorate of the Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs to allow you proceed for the application of your residence permit. This will allow the residence permit application to be processed. So medical checkup and tuberculosis screening is very vital after your arrival. Remember, within 3 days, you must declare yourself at the commune, and secondly, you have to do medical checkup, including tuberculosis screening. Now, how do you apply for residence permits after arrival in Luxembourg? You have to also apply for residence permit after arrival in Luxembourg. Now, a third country national student must submit an application for a residence permit to the Immigration Directorate within 3 months of arrival in Luxembourg. So within 3 months of arrival in Luxembourg, you must also apply for the residence permit application. Remember, I told you once you arrive, within 3 days, you have to declare your arrival at the local commune. Secondly, do a medical test, okay, which includes tuberculosis screening. And then you have to apply for residence permit within 3 months of arrival. What are the documents to enclose when you want to apply for residence permit? First, completed residence permit application form, which you find on the online database of the Immigration Directorate, Luxembourg. 2, a copy of your valid passport, again in its entirety. All the whole pages must be submitted as well. 3, proof of final enrollment at university. For example, once you arrive in Luxembourg, you have to also go and register at university, for example, University of Luxembourg, and they'll give you a certificate of enrollment. Okay, you have to also include this when applying for your residence permit after arrival in Luxembourg. Number 4, copy of your declaration of arrival established by a communal authority, which was issued to you when you declare yourself at the commune within 3 days of your arrival. Remember, I said that initially. Then 5, proof of payment fee of 80 euro. Now, if your application is approved, you will receive a letter to make an appointment with the Immigration Directorate to capture your photograph and fingerprints. After a few days of this capturing, you will also be invited to come to their office in person and then pick your residence permits in person at the Immigration Directorate by appointment. This residence permit is valid for minimum time or period of 1 year, and I advise you to always make sure you renew your residence permit at least 2 months prior to the expiry date. So I have now briefly summarized to you what you need to do after securing admission at the University of Luxembourg or in Luxembourg, what you need to do before entering the country and after entering the country. I hope this will help you to make an informed decision so that you don't make mistakes. Please follow these steps diligently and make sure you do the right thing. Okay? I hope this will help you to take your next step towards coming into Luxembourg to study, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, smash the like button, and of course do share this video. Okay, you can drop your questions below the comment section, and my Instagram handle and Twitter handle links are below this video, so you can contact me via Instagram or Twitter. I'm more active in Instagram anyway. So thank you for watching, and please do share this video. Once again, I want to encourage you, don't give up. Consistency is key to success. If you believe you can, then you can. You have the power to bend reality. Don't listen to noise. Keep your mind and your eyes on the ball. Fix your eyes on what matters most. Don't let anybody distract you, because the power to change the course of your destiny is in you. Let it out. Let that greatness in you count. Remember, in all that you do, always give it a human face. I am the Human Investor. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day. Bye for now.